uranium related stocks are super on fire right now, which is why in this video we're going to talk about uranium related stocks. Why are energy stocks so on fire right now? One of the first reasons why energy stocks are super on fire right now is because of inflation due to the pandemic that we just went through and all of the money printing that happened during the pandemic. And also the second reason is because of supply chain issues, which was also disrupted by the pandemic. And the third and last reason is because of geopolitical reasons, such as the situation that is going on in Ukraine right now. And that right there, those are the three big reasons that are really making the price of energy of a lot of stuff, the price of oil, which in turns make the price of gas at our pumps, and the price of a lot of stuff going up. So now, why are why is also uranium going up? Uranium is used as a fuel for producing electricity. This is used in nuclear power plants. And one of the things too right now, especially with the whole situation going on in Ukraine right now, is we know that Ukraine has a bunch of nuclear power plants. And so has Russia they started their special operations, or whatever you want to call it, in Ukraine. One of the first things they did is they went on and took the previous nuclear power plant of Chernobyl, and then they went on and took the Zaporizhia nuclear power plants. And now I'm really sure that they're going to try and be strategic as far as taking these power producing nuclear plants. But that right there, with also all the sanctions that Russia is basically experimenting right now, is also adding to supply chain issues, because guys, Russia is also a huge producer of uranium. Everyone is just talking about oil because that's what's on the news, that's what's on the TV. But people forget that Russia also supplies uranium to the United States, but not just the United States, but also uranium to, many other regions in the world. So before we get into, all of these different things, one of the things that I really want to talk about too is, guys, why is uranium so important too? And why is the price of uranium also going up? We know that one of the reasons is because of the situation going on in Ukraine, but is that all? Well, guys, that's not it. So something else that is also going on right now is also due to, basically, when you look at the price of uranium, ever since I believe 2008, the price of uranium has significantly dropped to a point where uranium producers could not keep on producing more uranium because the price was just not sustainable enough for them to be able to be profitable with the production of uranium, especially in countries such as Canada and in countries such as the United States. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen here, and we're just going to read a few articles as far as some of the different things that is being discussed right now as far as uranium is concerned in different stocks. And then I will go into showing you guys the chart of uranium, and you will see how the price of uranium has changed over the years. So first thing first here is after hitting an 11-year high of $60.4 per pound on March 11, uranium prices were hovering around 55 per pound as of last reported by tradingeconomics.com. As peace talks between Russia and Ukraine continue. Yet that drop isn't worrying investors as much as it all, but speculation for now, and uranium prices in fact could head higher again if the US imposes sanctions on Russian uranium import. On March 17th, 4 senators introduced a bill to ban uranium imports from Russia. The US relies heavily on cheap Russian uranium to meet demand for electricity, almost 20% of which is generated from nuclear energy. Guys, about 20% of US energy comes from nuclear energy, and we rely on Russian uranium. So here it says, uranium is a key fuel on which nuclear reactors run. So guys, this is one of the things that is going on right now. So the next thing is, here is another company that is supposed to be building a uranium power plant, a nuclear plant in Wyoming, and they're saying that TerraPower says it won't use Russian uranium in its Wyoming reactor. So all of these things are piling up, which All these headlines make investors bullish, and investors go out into the market and they start buying uranium related energy stocks, and that also make the price of uranium go up, also because of the restraining of the supply chain, right? Because if Russians are not able to basically sell their uranium as well, that will be a problem, because we don't have that many uranium producers in the world. And one of the reasons because of that is because of the recent low prices. So here it says US Senator introduced bill to ban US imports of Russian uranium. Guys, this is big and this is getting really serious. So now, as far as how important is Russia on a world production, on a world production perspective. So as we look here, of course, the number one producer of uranium in the world is Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan produces in 2020 produced about 19,477 tons of uranium. And then when we look down, that is six, and then seven. The seventh biggest producer of uranium is Russia, coming up at 2,846 tons of uranium produced in 2020. So guys, they are quite a significant producer of uranium. And so, being able to bear Russians from selling their uranium would be some pretty big ramifications, really big consequences on the price of uranium, because the supply chain will basically be disrupted with not being able to meet the demand, because not enough is in the market. And that right there is something that is bullish, that will make the price of uranium go up, and consequently uranium related stocks will also go up. So guys, let's now look at the chart of uranium. So guys, I have the chart of uranium right here. Right now, as you can see, we are trading at about 56.65 tons, $65 per ton of uranium. And when I zoom out, we look at recently where the price of uranium has been, in 2020 alone. In 2019, we were around, in the $20, but way before that, in 2016, went as low as almost, $17.90, right? So, but we were going from really high prices back in in November 2007 of, about hovering around $100, right? And from there, the price significantly dropped, that a lot of mines that were producing uranium at the time, they had to close because it wasn't economically viable for them to keep on operating at a loss. So they had to close. And a lot of companies until now, they're still not even thinking of ramping up their production. And that right there is an issue, because if the supply chain is not that big and you don't have the market that is flooded by a supply, that keeps the price, will try to keep the price much higher, which is what we've seen since 2020, 2019. The price has started to go back up, and this trend has been followed by other uranium producing company stocks. So what are those companies that I believe are really good companies, and I also own a few of these companies. So one of the company is this is CCJ, which is Cameco Corporation. And guys, Cameco Corporation is like the blue chip of uranium production, right? A blue chip stock for uranium. This is a Canadian company that produces uranium in Canada, I believe at their something lake mine. And as you can see, guys, you can see the chart pattern here for Cameco is basically been following just the chart pattern of uranium that I just showed you guys earlier. So guys, I currently do not own this. I have traded this stock multiple times, but I currently do not own this one. And so the other stock that I own is actually Uranium Energy Fuels, or UUUU. This one is a US producer that produces in the US. They also produces vanadium and also some rare earths, because rare earths are usually associated with uranium minerals. Actually, as some of you may already know, I live in the state of Utah, and in the state of Utah, that's actually where one of the uranium energy fuels have one of their mines. That's the mine that actually produces vanadium as well, and also produces rare earth. So guys, this is a really good company that have, very low debt on their balance sheet. and they've been doing really good. So I own this company. I bought them back in, I believe it was like in fall of 2020, and I've held this for a while until then. Since then, and you've seen that this stock has performed pretty good. You know, in fall of 2020, we were down in the $1, and you know now we're all the way trading at about $9.70, and we've even reached as high as 11.41 cents. So, you know, I've been making some pretty good tendies on this, and I intend to keep this for a long time because I believe that the price of uranium will not stop here. This issue will keep on going as long as the price these producers get to a point where they decide to start flooding the market with more uranium. That will be the time for me to start selling. But as long as we still have these supply chain issues, I believe that the price of uranium will keep on going higher, and that will influence the price of uranium producing stocks to also go higher. And guys, the last company that I own as well is called UEC, or is called Uranium Energy Corp, and ticker symbol UEC. And guys, as you can see with UEC, the pattern is the same compared to uranium fuels and to energy fuels, and also to Cameco. And all three of them, their pattern of how they've been going up are very highly correlated to the uranium. As you can see here, this is uranium on the daily chart. And I think I need to change this back to the weekly chart so it can be well seen. You can see the pattern are pretty much the same, guys. So guys, this is you know, I just wanted to be able to share with you as far as why I think uranium is going to be hot for a while. And you know, if the US keeps on going with these sanctions and we still have these mines that are not producing and flooding the market with more uranium prices will keep on probably going up in a short term. But one thing too that we cannot overlook right now is the RSI on uranium. Let me go back to sharing my screen. The RSI on uranium is pretty oversold, right? Overbought. I meant to say pretty overbought right now. So we should, you know, at least expect some sell-off in the short term. But I believe that in the long term, we are still very much bullish as far as where we are going. And, you know, if the US bans Russian uranium and we still have these mines that are not producing more, this issue will keep on going, and uranium stocks will still be bullish to me. So I hope that I provided you with enough value in this video. If that was the case, please allow me to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, as it helps us with the YouTube algorithm to get our message to a wider audience. Also, with that being said, if you would like to get a new credit card, you can use our Discover link in the description below. And when you sign up with our link, you will get $50, and we also get $50. And if you want to start investing into the stock market or the cryptocurrency market and don't have an account with Weibo or M1 Finance, you can lose our Weibo and M1 Finance link in the description below. Or you don't have an account with BlockFi and Coinbase, then you can lose our BlockFi and Coinbase links in the description below. When you sign up using our links, you get some monetary value, we get some monetary value, so it's a win-win situation. Thanks, and I'll see y'all in my next video on Sunday. Bye bye.